Good morning. I'm Howard Greenstein at HowardGR on Twitter. I'm here for Tech Zulu at the Indiegogo House at South by Southwest, conveniently located downtown by Trinity Street by the Convention Center. And my guest this morning is Doug Krugman from WebThriftStore.
Good morning, Howard.
You're at WebThriftStore, yes?
At WebThriftStore.
Fantastic. And I will say, of course, in the past, going back a while, and we haven't talked in a while, I was an advisor to WebThriftStore. It's been a while, so I'm actually looking forward to catching up and finding out exactly what is going on. So tell everybody who doesn't know, what is WebThriftStore? Excuse me.
WebThriftStore, excuse me, turns excess stuff into cash for charities.
Okay, so excess stuff into cash for charities. How does that work for me?
So if you have stuff in your closet, in your drawers that you're not using, you can list that online, and it works like an eBay for charity. You can decide which charity you'd like to benefit from your stuff, and then if somebody wants it, they make a purchase, and you get a prepaid shipping label, or you can arrange with the person to pick it up. Mm-hmm. So you get rid of your stuff, right, and you get to benefit charity.
Any charity?
So it will eventually be any charity,
mm-hmm,
but right now we've got about 45 charities signed on.
And who are some of those charities?
ASPCA is fantastic. They were our first charity, and we've got Easter Seals and Ronald McDonald House, and we've got a whole bunch of small charities that are really kicking it, mm-hmm, on the platform.
Right.
And we've got PETA and a whole bunch of
fantastic. So you have 45, 46 organizations right now. So, you know, when we look at this, am I giving this money to you, or you guys are not a nonprofit? So how does that actually work?
Right. We're a for-profit company, and 80% of the money goes to the charity. Mm-hmm. We take care of the credit card fees. We deal with all of the shipping and returns, mm-hmm, and customer support.
Sure.
So it's free for the charities,
mm-hmm,
and they don't have to worry about any of the logistics or anything, mm-hmm, like that.
So this sounds like, you know, a pretty interesting business. You're getting people to send their stuff, and the nonprofit is benefiting from that transaction and interaction. You know, how does that, you know, work for people? You know, we're talking about they're giving their stuff away, and they're, mm-hmm, you know, that money goes somewhere else. Money's kind of an interesting thing, and I know you have a lot of theories about the value of money and exactly how we interact with money. Tell me a little bit about that.
Right. Well, money doesn't have any intrinsic value in itself. Mm-hmm. So it's really about the power of money to move things around and to create interactions between people. So what we're trying to do here is create a way for people to interact with other people and, mm-hmm, really build a community of people who have common interest in supporting stuff, mm-hmm, and at the same time matching those needs and wants without bringing money into kind of the personal relationship between the people.
So this is a real theme that I've seen in South by Southwest, this whole idea of a collaborative economy. Jeremiah, mm-hmm, Aoyang has his company, he's analyzing the collaborative economy, and companies are trying to figure out this kind of thing. There's maybe a little anti-consumerism movement where, you know, why don't we just reuse some of the stuff that we still have around? How are you tapping into that?
So I think it's an anti-commoditization, mm-hmm, movement, and it's really about the relationship between people and not trying to boil that down to a dollars and cents relationship.
Okay.
So we're tapping into that feeling of people helping one another, but not necessarily measuring it just in money terms.
So they're feeling good by getting rid of things. They're feeling good by knowing that money went to support something. How
mm-hmm,
do you show them? Is there a proof or a transparency thing where you're showing them that money is, right, actually going and helping?
Well, there is transparency on the platform, mm-hmm, and you can see exactly where your money went and, mm-hmm, what happened. And really, we're working with each of the charities to have them quantify to some degree what the impact of, mm-hmm, people's actions are. So, you know, we're also looking to kind of build out, mm-hmm, more of the social profile of individuals and kind of
Their giving history kind of thing.
right. It's their generosity and
What inspired you to create this? I mean, when we originally started talking, you were in a completely different direction, and you got this inspiration and sort of went off and did this. I'm very interested in how you got inspired at this.
Well, it really started with the whole Internet of Things and the fact that millions of objects are now coming online, and you can track those objects and their relationships to people. And what we discovered in building out the original platform was that people said that they have lots of stuff, but they don't really want to do monetary transactions with their friends and through their social network. So what they'd really like to do is give the money to charity. And so that was really the inspiration behind it. And it was definitely a shift in our focus, but the theme was always the same about creating value from things that are idling, things that are wasting away, and trying to kind of help people and do something good with that value.
So where's this going? What's the direction for the year?
Well, the direction right now is that we are signing up more and more charities. So any organizations that's a 501c3 can sign up on our platform. It doesn't cost anything. And we'll get these the nonprofit set up and raising money from their supporters and giving their supporters a new way to give. And we're so we expect to have several hundred charities on the platform by the end of the year. And we're looking to get more people donating and more people buying. So.
Well, I know that you are doing a big presentation up in South by Southwest about this, and the title is?
The title is Doing Good and Making Money. So.
Doing Good and Making Money. It sounds like you're doing both. I don't want to keep you and make you late for your presentation, so I want to thank you, Doug Krugman, WebThriftStore.
Awesome.
Thanks so much for coming down to
Howard.
the Indiegogo House and talking to us this morning on Tech Zulu. I'm Howard Greenstein, and we're going to reset for our next guest and just give us a moment, and we'll be right back on Tech Zulu. Thanks.